I have a story, and I need to tell the story before Tuesday night so that you can understand why I fight with my mind before my first run on See Me Go. Once I get my first run out of the way, I'm usually good. I might be just a tad bit nervous. I just tell myself I'm really excited. I learned that from one of Fallon's blogs. Like, you just tell yourself you're excited, not that you're nervous, and that really does help when you change the name of your feelings. But this story happened a couple of years ago, and it's one that God talked really loud to me, and I knew it was from God. And it was the day that my life was at a crossroad, and I was at Fort Smith running. I don't remember what barrel race it was. It was some big barrel race. And I was there with one of my really, really good best friends that's been through a lot with me in the last 12, 13 years. Anyways, I had tried to warm him up in the warm-up pen, and See Me Go bucked. He wouldn't even take a step without bucking, and he has bucked with two of my friends, and that's a story in itself. Anytime anything's wrong with this horse, he's a talker, and he has learned if he bucks that, that's pretty much, I know something is going on. He's not a bronc. It's just, it's kind of a long story why he does what he does, and I'll have to get into that later with you. But at this particular time, he bucked, and I thought, crap, what the crap is wrong with you? Because I had done, several things, and I thought I had him right. I couldn't even warm him up. And for the first time, I was really scared. And I didn't know what he was going to do when he got in the arena. Was he going to buck me off? I've seen a lot of accidents, and I did not want to be one of those accidents. But at the same time, too, I knew this horse would take care of me and he wouldn't hurt. And when I say buck, he just humps up. And like if you was to ask him for more, he'll hump up a little bit more. And if you ask again, and I've learned to pick my battles with this horse. And, of course, there's a lot of people in this warm-up pen. He doesn't like horses close to him. He's kind of a temperament horse. Yes, I have babied him. I've had him since the day he was born. And, yes, he's my kid, so he's spoiled brat. But, anyways, it's about 10 before it's my turn to run. And I can't warm this horse up. And I get this overwhelming feeling. And I try to call my friend. She's not answering her phone. I'm thinking of all times, why is she not answering the phone? And she's there but I'm sure it was in the bleachers, waiting for me to run and everything. And I got off that horse, and I let him out of the warm-up pen. I am bawling. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? And Fort Smith is a long ways to the parking lot. We were spending the night there, so we had the rig there that we were staying at. And the arena was kind of up, and I was walking down this hill, and I'm thinking, that's it. I'm tying this sucker up to the trailer. I don't know what's wrong with him. And all of a sudden, this voice, feeling voice together, said, right here, you have to make a choice. If you go to the trailer, you're done running barrels, because then you just let the fear get the best of you. If you turn around, get on this horse, and make your run through there, then that means you've got faith in me. And I was like, oh, well. I didn't want to turn around. I did not want to turn around. But at the same time, too, I didn't want to go to the trailer and tie him up, because I knew when I went to the trailer to tie him up, he would just be a pasture ornament. I wouldn't sell him or anything. Like I said, he's my kid. He's going to stay with me forever and ever and ever. And so I turned around and I walked back and I got back on him, and I thought, Lord, at that time, there was like 10. And of course, they drag after every 5. There's no way. I've missed my turn. I have missed my turn, and I'm happy. I ain't telling you I am happy. It's like, but at least I turned around. I got on him, I turned around, and I know I've missed my turn. There's no way, because from the time of me trying to warm him up and the time that I walked halfway across that parking lot, it's a long ways to that truck. So halfway was quite a ways. And by the time I have this conversation with God and say, I guarantee you, God stopped time. Because when I turned around and I got up there thinking, so happy that I had missed my turn, they said I was in the next drag. And I thought, oh my gosh, how could I not missed my turn and all that? Because I'm telling you, it seemed like forever. So I go down the alleyway, horse not warmed up, nothing. Fear has got a hold of me. I don't tell this story very often, but it got a hold of me. All I could do, one hand on the rein, one hand on the saddle, and said, God, here you go. Here I go. And I actually did pray and say, if we have an accident and he bucks me off, just take me right then and there, Lord. Don't let me be a vegetable. Don't, just whatever. Just take me right then and there. I know, it's crazy crap. While you're going down the alleyway to think this. And the horse loped because he could fear. I know he could feel the fear that was in me. And he made 3 pretty turns. It was slow, but he didn't buck. And I was okay. And I come out of there bawling. And I know people think, what the crap? This crazy woman on this horse. And I knew I made the step in the right direction. And that though it was going to be hard, I still had to have faith. I still had to step out on faith. And that was one of the hardest things. And I know to this day, if I had went to the trailer, I wouldn't be sitting here telling this story. And so back to see me go on my first runs. I think about that every time that this fear comes up on me. What if he bucks? What if this happens? But there's a saying, one of my favorite quotes is, what if it's great? What if it's good? What if it works out? And that's what I tell myself. And I know this horse will take care of me. He should have bucked me off that day. He should have just thrown whatever, but he didn't. And I knew then that we was going to be okay. And so the first run back is always hard for me. I still have that little fear, which I'm getting better each time. And that thought will cross my mind, because if I don't have him 100%, what if he begs to tell me that he's not 100%? But I will say, when I did run him all last year, not one time did he buck. And he had a bone cyst and a breathing problem. So I think we're going to be fine. We will be. He's not going to buck. He's not going to do that. He feels really good. And he's working better than he ever has. And I am excited. Not nervous, but I am excited. But it's just one of those mind things that I have to fight. And I thank God every day I did not go to the trailer, that he stopped me. And he spoke to me loud and clear, so I would know without a doubt that he was there. And it was all going to be okay. And it was. So, anyways, there you go. There's my story.